Thanks for joining us for Ohio and Company. I'm Eve Mueller. We have a great show today. Have you made it to a Columbus Clippers baseball game this season? We're going to talk about the change the Clippers have brought to downtown Columbus with the team's general manager. Also on Ohio and Company, we're going to take you to a Central Ohio art gallery with very unique artists. But first, is someone you know full of excuses? Maybe that person is your sister or your mother or your husband. We're going to talk about a new No Excuses event that you're not going to want to miss. Wade Meyer is here with Inviting Conversations and Lex McAllister with No Excuses. Welcome. Thanks so much for joining us.
Pleasure to be here.
Let's start with you, Wade.
Yes.
You know, no excuses. People use excuses every day. It gets them off the hook. Why do we do this?
We do it because people buy into it. They let us get away with it. And part of the idea of no excuses comes from the other side, where we simply have to stop accepting excuses. There are so many self-help books out there, empowerment books out there, that the word empowerment has lost its meaning. It's become really insignificant. So in talking with Lex, she has this wonderful program that puts some value back into the word empowerment.
Because I'm already on board with this, Lex, because I'm a no excuses kind of mom, for sure.
I love that.
So
I love that.
Tell us how this was born. How did this idea start and what's going on?
Sure. It's something that I like to live by. And, you know, I'm guilty every now and again of making an excuse, I'll be honest with you. But I grew up in a family where there was no time to waste. You do something, you get it done, and you move on. And if you fail, you fail. And so I grew up with a sense of no excuses surrounding me at all times. And I realized that not every female, male, woman, man had the opportunity that I had to kind of make mistakes and say, you know, I made a mistake, let's move on. And I thought to myself, why don't I create something that invites other people to explore what it means for themselves to live their own lives with no excuses. And for me, to live my life with no excuses means being a motorcycle chick, means being a businesswoman, means being girly when I want to be, tough when I want to be. That's what I want to show everyone. You can do the same too.
And what I love about the No Excuses sort of campaign, if you will, is that people aren't being a victim that way. I always tell my kids, stop being a victim. Take charge. Move. If you don't like your sister touching you, move. Don't be a victim. No excuses. It's the same way.
It absolutely is.
And I know you've kind of built this idea, and you're starting with an event in June 16th.
Correct.
Tell us about that event, and then you've got some others planned.
Sure. The event on June 16th, which is a Wednesday, is specifically designed for women. And I wanted to target the females first simply because I'm a female, so I understand what it looks like through my pink goggles, whereas I don't know what it looks like through your blue goggles, Wade, but I'm sure you can help me there. But I wanted to open up the home to women and say, not only is this our domain to thrive and cook and raise families, it's our domain to fix that leaky faucet, to hang a light fixture, and to do it on our own. So the event is designed in a station format where women will rotate from station to station and learn to do these things, not talk about it, get on the ground, fix that leaky faucet with their own two hands.
I love that. I think that's really cool.
Thank you.
And you have some other events too along these same lines.
Sure.
Right?
It's No Excuses is going to be a multi-series endeavor of events teaching women and men in the future how to do a multitude of things. So our next event is actually going to be in August, and we're focusing on sports and on cars and what it means to be a female who loves sports and cars.
Well, and you know, a lot of companies believe in this with their employees. No excuses. They want to see the results. And so I think it's interesting how in the business world you see this idea a little bit more, I think.
Sure.
But in the personal world, we tend not to as much.
Well, you know, recently I don't know that companies have been no excuses companies. I think this economy has shown us just how many excuses there are out there. And that's why I like the companies like MI Homes who have stepped up to the plate to say, not only do we like your concept, but we're a company that runs our company with absolutely no excuses. And I thought that was pretty powerful, because then that makes this event something that's much bigger than me, you, Eve. It's something that can be for companies, for individuals anywhere. At any time, any place.
I think it'll be catching on. I think it's a great concept. And Wade, you know, I think about the world. If we could have a world in which there were no excuses, What an awesome world that would be.
And you think of the word empowerment, the other E word that is the opposite is enabler. When we start letting people live by their excuses, we're actually enabling them to live by those excuses. And we need to stop that. There should be no excuses. Take responsibility for what you do, and then also don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to try new things. You're not going to succeed at everything, but part of empowerment is just saying, I will try and I will do it.
And living with integrity is part
Absolutely.
of this. So this is great. I think this has been fantastic. Thanks for coming today.
Thank you, Eve.
Wade Meyer, Lex McAllister, good luck with your events.
Thank you.
And for more information, go to invitingconversations.com. And to sign up for the No Excuses event June 16th, head to noexcuseshome.eventbrite.com. Next on Ohio & Company, meet some unique artists and see what they're creating in Grandview's Open Door Art Studio. Stay with us.